It's a long road from Amistad to Toho. Doesn't matter which way you go, the miles are all the same. But when you finally get there, and when you pull the cover off, then it's time to get a little bit lost out on the lake. Gonna back this boat into the water, find a way to win a couple dollars. Weatherman says there's a cold front coming down. Bring it on, I've seen it all by now. I can catch them shallow, I can catch them deep. Open water or the back of the creek. The wind and rain to me, it's all the same. I make a living playing this game, and I thank the Lord above every time I can. I get to be a fisherman. Come Thursday morning, I'll have me something figured out. It's not definite, but just about that I can make the cut. And I'm betting on Sunday that I'll be fishing solo, just me and my cameraman Joe. And with a little bit of luck, I'll have just enough. Gonna back this boat into the water, find a way to win a couple dollars. Weatherman says there's a cold front coming down. Bring it on, I've seen it all by now. I can catch them shallow, I can catch them deep. Open water or the back of the creek. The wind and rain to me, it's all the same. I make a living playing this game, and I thank the Lord above every time I can. I get to be a fisherman.
Good morning, everybody. What's going on? My name's Marcus Coates. I'm sure some of you seen me yesterday. I'm going to be doing the broadcast today. If anything is going wrong, you might want to let me know, because I haven't ever done this before. This is a first for me. So if any comments, I've got it up on my phone as well. That way I can read them. Any helpful tips, I appreciate it. But we're going to stick around and see how long we want to do a broadcast today. I'm going to bring a few guys on from yesterday. I'm going to bring on a few guys that are fishing today. It looks like, and I apologize, I overslept a little bit, but, it was 10 hours is a long tournament. Anybody that was out there yesterday knows that was a grind. And we did have a guy that went down yesterday, Mr. Price. I believe he flipped his kayak. He messed up a lot of stuff, man. I hope everything is well. I hope everything gets better for you, buddy, and I hope you find your gear. But it looks like we've already got some fish on the board here on that east coast. Y'all can hear me, right? Just want to make sure y'all can hear me. Let's see here. All right, so Derek Brundle did join up, which means that matchup there is going to be a solid one. So Price backed out. Let me pull up my bracket here. So that would put Christopher Delgado up against Derek Brundle. That has turned into a matchup that anybody would want to see. Derek Brundle's a heck of an angler. That dude is blowing it up. He won the 5 Live the other day, and now you got Delgado, who is also a heck of an angler. But the South is getting hammered with storms today, all across it. So Texas, Florida, Alabama, Georgia, I believe everywhere in the South, Mississippi. is getting hit with some kind of storms today, and it's a tough place to be for Mr. Delgado. But I'm sure that he's going to give Brundle a run for his money. Ooh, John Futch. I apologize if I didn't say your name right. Looks like he's got a 5-fish limit already, 72.75. Just took over Thomas Gent from 67 3/4. So we got 2 people throwing up an extreme amount of fish early. I know it's 8:30 on Eastern time, so it'll be all right. Yeah, Craig, I do too, man. I'm having to wake up early like this, and having to stay up late to learn how to do all this broadcasting stuff. Man, I'm exhausted. Craig Knight, you gave it one heck of a ride yesterday. A tie, lost by biggest fish, but by all means, you tied. You gave it all you got, brother. That's all you can do. But we'll go ahead and get this in here. I will tell you a couple things I think are going to happen today. I think with the storms rolling through the south, I think Josh Booth has a real good shot at taking down Mr. Case. But I know that Case isn't going to go down without a fight. So that is a matchup we are going to be paying attention to all day. Everybody's been talking about it. Man, I'm looking here. I need to see who Thomas and John are going up against too, because they have their work cut out for them. These guys are putting up big numbers already. And again, I apologize for the slow start. Like I said, I am just waking up this morning. All right, so Mr. Gent is taking on Glinka, Thomas Gent from Maine. Man, I know it's cold up there, and that dude is giving it a run. And then John is taking on Rolando Nandon, who put up a huge bag yesterday. Unfortunately, he fishes on Sunday, and those fish got DQ'd, but he put up a huge bag yesterday. So maybe he comes in a little bit later today and throws up the same thing. We'll just have to find out on that one. But we'll go ahead and get this in here real quick. Craig, if you're not busy, Craig, you want to come on here and tell us a little bit about your day? I know you didn't make it to the next round, but I'm sure that I would love to hear about how your day went overall. Marty Hughes is on the board as well, 16.5. Derek Brundle just threw up another fish for 33.25. Hey, Joe. You have a good day, brother. So now we got 4 people on the board total, some in Central, some in Eastern. So they're doing everything they can here to put up a few fish. Honestly, I would rather fish today. I don't know about you guys, but I love fishing. I love fishing in the storms. Overcast, rain, thunder, lightning. Give me that. Not sunny bluebird skies and 48,000 mile per hour winds. Stay away from me. So I know some of the guys are going to capitalize on that. I know I would. I know if I was on the water right now, I'd be catching fish. That's just how it would work. But it does seem like it is a slower start today, I think. No, I thought someone else just caught a fish. I guess not. It is a slower start than it was yesterday, but that's all right. Every day is going to be different. That's what makes this kind of tournament, the best. in my opinion, the best around is because it's so weather oriented. Who would have thought that the North would have such an advantage over the South just because of the weather? And man, did the South get hammered this weekend. Arkansas got wrecked. I'm the only Arkansas guy left in the tournament. Louisiana took out every other Arkansan. Every one of them. They're gone. Um, so that's just kind of the way it goes. I'm interested in what states are going to last the longest. Well, obviously Arkansas wasn't one of them. Hey Dennis, how are you doing today, buddy? I seen you following along yesterday. Yeah, Brundle. I think it's not going to show me. I'm pretty sure Brundle has got. He does have two. There it is. He does have two fish in third place. Derek's one of those guys, man. You got to watch because as soon as that jerkbait bite ties on, his numbers are just going to skyrocket. In the 5 Live, he got a bite every other cast. So, I'm sure that's what he's out there doing. I'm sure he's out there grinding with the jerkbait. And when that bite does turn on, it's game time. I'm going to wait till, let's see here. See if we can't bring somebody on. I've been trying to get Jason Starley on. He kind of had a big run yesterday, and he grinded it out just like I did. And we tried to get him on Skype yesterday. It didn't work, but the dude really deserves a chance to tell his story, and that's what I want to hear. And I'll be honest with you, not a whole lot of people picked Starley to beat out Dustin Arns, but that didn't bother Starley one bit. I think this was his first ever kayak tournament, and he just went in there and threw up the first limit of the day and called out a couple times and kept it solid, and that's what it's about. I'm not 100% sure where he finished, but I know it was in top 15. Greg Nozar just let us know it was 33 degrees at launch time on the Potomac River. No thanks. I struggled with 47 degrees yesterday. 33, I would have slept in. It's a 10-hour tournament. You don't have to be out there at the crack of dawn, even though I was. But that has got to be the biggest trash talking matchup between him and Matt Linesman. I don't think there was a better one. I think that was the best. All right, I'm not getting an answer on Starley. We'll try somebody else here. I want to try to get some of these anglers on here. Let's all through the day. I want the good, I want the bad, and I want the ugly. If you're not catching them, I want to know why. If you are catching them, I also want to know why. But some of the people, just to give you a little heads up, who we are going to talk to today, Josh Booth, Mark Pendergraph, Matthew Fentress. That is a personal matchup that I'm really interested in because I'm friends with both those guys. I'm friends with Matt Fentress. I'm friends with Mark Pendergraph now. So, they both win a lot of tournaments. They both put up big numbers. If I had to guess, I picked Mark Pendergraph, but it's one of those, it's like, how do you pick against Matt Fentress? He won a tournament yesterday on Cedar Creek. Went out and smashed the tournament yesterday. And Mark Hint told me today he woke up late, so I don't even think he's on the water yet. So Matt's automatically got an advantage. So Mark just handed it to him. Let's just hope that extra hour or two didn't hurt him too bad. I know Mr. Booth hasn't posted a fish just yet. I'm sure he's fishing. Let me see if he wants to come on. I'm sure he just started. We'll see if he wants to jump in. Let's see here. All right, so Derek does have an 18-inch and a 15 1/4 inch right now. I would have to guess both of them were jerkbait fish. There's just few people that can contend with that guy when it comes to a jerkbait. But we'll get somebody on here in a minute. Till then, we'll just kind of sit here and see if apparently there's a couple people that had late starts this morning. I'm getting it all in now. That's why we're having a slow start on the leaderboard. It's because nobody's out there fishing. That's why that's why there's only 4 people that have caught fish today, is because everybody decided that sleep was better than fishing then. All right, we're gonna let's see if we can do this here. We're gonna we're gonna see if we can pull off Mr. Booth here. Also slept in, but he's driving down the road, so we're going to see if we can't pick his mind for some of his game plan to take down the professor of bass fishing, Mr. Brad Case. We'll see what Josh thinks. See if we can get him on. Well, maybe. He told me go ahead and give him a shout. We'll message him and see what's up with that. Sure, it's a phone error there. So, what are some matchups that you guys think are going to go at it today? Another matchup I really want to watch is this Derek Brundle Delgado matchup. I'm sure Derek will let us bring him on. We'll message him too, see if we can get him on. That'd be pretty sweet though. If we get Derek Brundle on here, especially since he was so into the post that I didn't even know he was in the tournament. until I just woke up. So we'll have to play it out by ear here and go from there. All right, yeah. I did tell him to open a Skype app. I appreciate a couple people letting me know about that. All right, here we go. Josh Booth says he's ready now. We'll give him a shot again. Yeah, I know. I'm ready. Come on. That's my dad. All right, so apparently we have a Skype issue that's not letting us go through. We'll see here. Missed call from Joshua. So I did. I'll tell him to try again. We'll see if we can get him on here. I know they were having some Skype issues yesterday as well. Skype's a little buggy. Oh, so there was some people. That had the snow. Hey there, Mr. Garcia. Good luck to you today, buddy. The one of the California guys we got going on, and he's taking on Marty Hughes, who already has a 16.5-inch fish. So, Anthony, you better bring your A game because yesterday Marty put up 80-something inches on the wrong day, but he put up 80-something inches. He came to play, buddy. We'll try this again. All right, it's not wanting us to connect to Mr. Josh. He's calling me too, but it's not coming through. Not 100% sure on that. Let's see here. Let's see if we can get old Mr. Brundle on. We'll try this. I know we're losing a couple guys here. It's if everybody would have got on the water on the same time or on time, I think it would have been all right. But unfortunately, stuff happens, right? I'm sure we'll get it fixed with Josh Booth later. Again, like I said, it's going to be a matchup we're going to pay a lot of attention to. Um, we'll just have to keep it going. I can't blame anybody for. Oh, did he? He sure did. He moved up to 74 and 3/4 inches now. I'd be real interested in finding out where he's at. I see Greg Nozar. He just chimed in here. But what I also see is Greg don't have no fish on the board. But Greg did tell us it was going to be an afternoon bite for him. His opponent, Mr. Matt, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, told me it was quite the opposite. Said he was going to do everything right away. Well, we haven't got there yet, but I'm telling you, one of those guys is one of those guys is eating crow today because they have talked more trash to each other than anybody else in this whole bracket. So one of them's going to be eating crow, and I'm real intrigued to find out what that's going to be. I know they've still got a long time left to fish, so we'll just have to play that one by ear. There we go. So John he's found the little fish. He's got 15 and 3/4, 15 and a half, 2 15s and a 13 and a half. That's a solid first start. Of course, at any tournament, you're going to want to cull those out as much as possible, especially the 13. Being this early in the day, the fact that he's already up there at 74 and 3/4, I have no doubt in my mind that joker right there is probably going to finish in the low to mid, maybe even the high 90s. All he's waiting for is one kicker fish. You got to think 120-inch fish is going to throw up almost 7 inches for him. 2 20-inch fish in Florida. That's another thing you got to remember. That's not that hard to do. 2 20-inch fish in Florida, and that's 12 inches. All of a sudden, you got a guy racing for the top. I'm following along with all the comments as well, so just so you guys know. So, Stephanie, where is Matt fishing today? That's one thing I did not know. I know where Greg's fishing. Where's Matt fishing at? And we'll try giving Greg a call here in a little while. I want to get his opinion. I want to give him a chance to catch some fish, but like I said, it's a little bit of a slow start this morning. Little bit of a slow start for sure. Let's see here. We'll even try to get some people that may be fishing the May tournament. And a lot of you guys watching, if you didn't know about it, there is a May bracket already up as well. After yesterday, it kind of started filling up, so I would jump on that. There are some heavy sticks in that tournament. You got Cody Milton from Arkansas. You got Jason Willis from Texas. Mr. Kennan in Louisiana is in it again. That's just some stuff you got to watch. It makes for good television. It gives guys like me, a chance to compete with some of these guys head to head. I'm sure Mr. Delgado is pumped to go at Derek Brundle today. I know I would. Uh-oh. Eric Siddiqui has thrown up a 16 and 3/4 inch fish. Eric Siddiqui is on the board. Drove from Ohio all the way to Mississippi just to have a chance of just to have a better chance and to get some fishing done. So he has put a fish up on the board now. That makes 5, 10. Oh, Siddiqui just threw up another one. He moved up to 35 inches, put him up into third place, took Derek Brundle down a notch. Now we got a show to watch. Eric Siddiqui with 35 inches of Mississippi bass. I bet old Todd Patrick is wishing he would have drove to Mississippi now, because I'm pretty sure he stayed and fished St. Clair. Oh, here. We got a person having problems submitting fish. All right, here's Eric Siddiqui's fish. He's got an 18 and a quarter and a 16 and 3/4. So that's I'm not gonna lie, that's a good way to start. That's a better way than I started yesterday. We did have a missed call from Joshua. Let's try calling him back real quick. Maybe it's fixed. We'll try it. We'll try him again. He's still working on everything. No, I'm not 100% sure where what's going on there. Let's see. See if it'll work on my phone, and you should still be able to hear the audio. We just won't have a video. I'm not sure what's going on with the computer aspect of it. I'm not a computer technician. That's why I had to learn how to do all this stuff yesterday. We'll see here. We'll see if it'll work on phone, and that way we can just we can get some audio going here. We'll try to figure this computer thing out on break.
Hello.
Hey there, Josh. All right, so it works on the phone, so it must be a problem with the computer there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on.
I'm sure it's computer error. I'm 100% positive. So you woke up a little bit late. You're just now heading to the water yourself.
Yeah, I still got a little bit of a drive ahead of me.
Okay. So what are your plans today to take down the professor?
It's gonna take some monster bass to be able to compete with him. So I'm just gonna get out there. I'm gonna go to one of my favorite lakes, and they should be hitting top water pretty good. So I'm gonna take advantage of. We've got rain and storms here too, but it looks like I got a little bit of a gap before this afternoon before more come through. So weather's looking pretty good here.
I mean, you gotta hope this isn't one of those days that he decides to go out there and throw up a 27-inch bass.
I know. On that 5 Live tournament he did last week, he put up 80-some inches in like 2 hours. It's ridiculous. So I know I got my work cut out for me for sure.
Hey, man, if anybody out there can do it, it's you. You got this in you. You know, you're confident. I read or listened to the podcast that you were on. You've just got a great story behind you, and I think you've got it in you today. I'm not 100% sure where he's going to be fishing today, but I do know that Mississippi is going to get hammered. So, you might have a better window than you think. All you might need is that small window.
Yeah, I'll take any advantage I can get. I don't know where Brad's fishing at, but it looks like the southern half of Mississippi is pretty decent. It's not too bad. They close to real close, so he may not have too bad off.
And he might not, but then again, he hasn't posted a fish yet either. So, yet the other day he was throwing.
Like I did.
Maybe so. There was a couple people. It seems like everybody that has told me that they slept in were a major stick. You slept in, Mark Pendergraft slept in, maybe Brad Case did too.
Well, it's a long tournament, and, this time of the year, when, the water's still warming up, it's really not that important to be out in the water at the crack of dawn. So, yeah, I got plenty of time, I think.
I wish I would have known that yesterday. I feel like a train hit me.
Yeah, 10 hours is a long time.
Oh, man.
A lot of our Moyak tournaments here in Missouri usually run about 9 hours, so it's not really too much longer than we're used to.
My biggest problem was not bringing enough water. I got really dehydrated because I wasn't paying attention because I just wanted to fish, and, that was my biggest slip-up. Next time I'll make sure I have a whole case in the back of the boat.
Yeah, I've gotten into a habit of I keep a bag of ice with me, keep a cup of ice, and I'm constantly sucking on a piece of ice while I'm fishing, so that's just hydrated from that.
What do you think it's going to take total inch-wise, to take down Brad Case today?
Gonna take over 85 for sure. I know that.
You think
you'll? I'm going without a fish, so it's possible I can do it. I think.
I mean, you got to think, if you take down him, you're one of the favorites to win this whole thing.
Well, that's a nice thought.
I mean, now to be fair, you would still have to go up against some major sticks unless they bump out too. But I mean, that whole side of the bracket that you're on is like loaded.
Yeah, a lot of the guys are some good angles down in Texas. We got to go against the southern boys. We got a little better water going on right now. We still haven't even really transitioned out of winter yet. I mean, the trees have just now started budding here. The grass just started growing, so we're just now getting spring. They've had spring down there for over a month.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, heck, the BASS on Fork felt like spring, and that was a month ago.
I agree, man. It was nice being down there, and then we come back, and I come right back to winter. It sucked.
Yeah, I agree with that full-heartedly. So a question on a couple interesting matchups today. Who do you think, now that Derek Brundle has entered the game, are you taking him or Delgado today?
Boy, that's a tough one. Those two both know how to fish pretty good.
Yeah, they do.
I'd have to probably go with Brundle. He's got the hot hand right now.
All right. I'll take Delgado. I got to take Delgado. I love Derek Brundle. He's a heck of a fisherman. I mean, Delgado's just got some big fish around him, and I swear they're almost like pets. All he's got to do is go out and whistle, and they're jumping in the boat. At the same time, Derek Brundle's on the water right now, and he's already got 2 fish out of a 5-fish limit. So,
that's a good start.
Matt Fentress or Mark Pendergraft?
Ooh, I got to go with Pendergraft on that one.
A lot of people are, and I talked to Matt on the phone last night, and I promise you, the fact that everybody is choosing Mark to win this thing, he is the least bit concerned with that. He said he was going to take the challenge by the horns, and he was going to go at it. So he's got him, his dad, and his brother-in-law are all fishing today and all in the tournament. Yeah. In fact,
there's a lot of hype on them. It's put up a lot of pressure on some of us. I felt it. I mean, this is supposed to be just a fun online tournament. Now I feel like I got to go out and represent Missouri.
Oh man, dude, I'm the only Arkansas guy left. How do you think I feel? We started out with like 6. Now we're down to 1.
Went down.
I mean, it does put a lot of pressure on you. One thing that blew my mind is how much weather can affect this tournament. You know, I had no idea the North would have such an advantage, period. And you know what? The North did great this week. The North, Virginia almost took down Florida. I think Virginia did take down a couple Georgia people. I mean, we just got hit with terrible weather. The North was already used to terrible weather. They just smoked it right through.
Yeah, springtime tournaments are always crazy. You never know what to expect with the weather. When you got something nationally going on like this, I mean, you're going to have crazy weather all over the place. So, yeah, weather's going to be a huge factor.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think old Derek Brundle just got another fish. He just messaged me, said, let me measure this fish. So Derek is going to be coming on Skype today, and he just caught a 3rd fish. I'm interested to see how big it's going to be.
Sounds like he's on.
So being a Missouri guy, how often do you pull out that jerkbait?
Oh, it's a great bait to use in the wintertime when the fish are moving slow and the water temperature is cool. I love throwing jerkbait in winter.
Would you put your jerkbait skills up against Brundle's?
Probably not.
I wouldn't either. Don't worry. I love a good jerkbait as much as the rest of them. I like the Smithwicks just like he uses. So, you know, but I wouldn't come close to that.
Throwing a jerkbait for kayak ain't the thing to do.
No, it's not. Not at all. It's pretty difficult because of the way that you want to work that action, and then if you do it too hard, your kayak starts moving towards it because you're floating. You know, working a jerkbait or, you know, anything like that. My biggest thing I hate working from a kayak is an A-rig. It's like a trolling motor.
Yeah, just turn all around.
But yep. So Derek did catch another fish here. I just missed how big it was, but it'll come back up in a second. I'm tempted to just go. Oh, here we go. So he caught his next fish, put him up to 47 1/4. So that was another 14-incher, I believe. So I mean, he's sitting with 3 fish at 47 inches. So we got John Futches, I think is how you say his name, with 74 3/4. Thomas Jitt in Maine with 67 3/4. He's on the smallmouth. And Derek Brundle, 47 1/4. Eric Siddiqui at 35, and Marty Hughes at 16 1/2. There has only been 5 people post fish today. So, Mr. Booth, you could very well be number 6, even though you still got a long drive to go.
I don't know. We'll see. I got about 30 minutes left. I'll be on the water.
Well, I know your matchup is one we're going to be paying close attention to. So, you know, hopefully we get another interview in with you after you've got a 5-fish limit on the board, and we're asking how in the world did you throw it up in 30 minutes?
And that would be awesome. If that happens, I'll call you. I'll let you know for sure.
Good deal, good deal. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to or anything like that?
Yeah, today, I mean, I'm going to be fishing some heavy slop, so I'm going to be putting my Kistler rods to work, that's for sure. So, I rely on those rods to do everything for me, so I can't say enough about what a great quality rod those are. So, if you haven't ever tried a Kistler rod, you should try one out. Once you try one, you probably won't want to ever use anything else again.
Well, now you're going to talk me into getting one.
You should.
We'll talk about it after you fish today. We'll see how well they perform.
All right, sounds good, buddy. I'll talk to you later.
Later, homie. All right, let's see if we can. That was Josh Booth. That guy right there is one heck of a character, man. I'm really pulling him for today. I'm sorry, Brad. I got to meet Brad for the first time, like face to face, and talk to him, have a conversation with him at Lake Fork. The dude is hilarious. But man, Josh Booth has got such a great story. So I'm pulling, even though I picked Case to win in my bracket, I'm pulling for Booth. So we'll see if we can get old Derek in here. He's going to be a bracket buster because he wasn't in it to begin with. Gmail.com. We'll see if this works for Derek on the computer. If it doesn't, I'll just use my phone. The phone seems to be working, so I'd like to get him on the computer though, so you guys could see him fishing. Hold on 1 second, guys. We're going to try something real quick. Let's see if this works. We got an angler that is trying to submit fish that isn't able to. Alright. Let's see here. All right, sorry about that. I'm also trying to help a guy get his fish submitted. So, all right, now let's try. We do have a guy that has some fish. I think that was a 15-inch fish that Brundle posted. Brundle just threw up another one, 62 1/4. He's putting a heat on him early. All right, let me see. Dude is a hammer. Here we go. We'll see if it wants to work on the computer. I don't know what's going on with it. All right, I don't know why it won't work on the computer so we can throw up the live feed, but we can still call him. So we'll get that in here real quick. One second. Trying to help this angler. We have a issue on our end. All right. So now let's. I apologize that we won't have video of him, but we will get to talk to the guy. So, all right. Don't know what's going on there. We'll try him on the phone. All right. Well, we did resolve the angler that couldn't put any fish up. So he's in it now. All right. So we got that resolved. So I'm sure he'll be throwing up a fish here in just a second. There it is. Jonathan Pepin in 6th place with a 16-incher. So now we got John, Thomas Gent, Derek Brundle, Eric Zadicki, Marty Hughes, and Jonathan Pepin. 6 people with fish on the board. Unfortunately, Mr. Booth wasn't number 6, but we'll see. We'll see where he plays in. We're trying to get Brundle on the phone now. Oh, there we go. Derek, can you hear us? You hear us, buddy? Hey, buddy. This computer Skype thing isn't working here, but they can hear you talk, so we'll just have to swing with it. I'm not sure what's going on with the computer. Something with the broadcasting software we're using isn't wanting to mess with Skype. But did you catch another fish between the time we got you on the phone and I asked you if you wanted to go on Skype again?
Yeah, there's not 2.
So now you've got a 4 fish limit or a 5?
Yeah, 4 right now, I think.
So you're in 3rd place with 4 inches already, or 4 fish already. Are you throwing the jerkbait?
Negative. Right now I am actually doing some testing with a new rod from my rod company. This is a hybrid spinning rod, and I am just firing a little tiny 1.5 crankbait square bill down this windy bank. It's blowing like 15 right now, and just missed one. Just bumping it down along the bottom.
Well, man,
and, you know how it's fun. I caught some fish on a jig earlier. First 2 I got were on a jig, and that bite just kind of died out. So figured I'd do some searching and some testing with this new rod.
Absolutely. So honestly, I'm glad that you filled the last minute spot on the tournament. When did they contact you and see if you could do it? Like, at what time did you join in?
I got a message from Greg at like 11:45 last night. And, of course, I was sleeping because I'm old and I go to bed at like 8. But I got up at 4 like I always do every morning. and saw the message from him and called him right away. And then we set it up for like, I don't know, 4 o'clock, 4:15 or something.
So you weren't even going fishing today?
Well, I am. I'm in another tournament as well. So he was like, you know, if you could, because I talked to him the other day and told him if he needed a fill-in. Oh, jeepers, crow. That was weird. You know, I told him if he needed a fill-in to let me know, you know. Sorry I get you guys all weird here. I don't really have a
No, hey, you're good. They can hear you. They can't see you, so it's all good.
Okay. Yeah, it worked out good. I mean, I was coming to this spot today anyways. Yesterday I broke off an 8+ pounder here.
That's okay.
And,
I broke off an 8-pounder on broadcast yesterday.
What happened?
I broke off an 8-pounder on broadcast yesterday.
Oh, no. That's terrible.
Sherman Bishop just put up a 21 3/4 and then a 15 3/4, I believe.
Nice.
So there's finally some fish catching going on, but man, they couldn't have put you up against a harder matchup. Mr. Delgado's a stick himself.
Yeah, so I hear. You know what I mean? He's down in Texas, right?
He is, and man, they've been talking a lot about how if they had you in this tournament, you're the one guy that would take down any Southern guy. So they put a lot of pressure on your shoulders.
Oh man, I don't know about all that, but you know, I'm fishing. My water's only 47 degrees today. It was 50 yesterday. We had a cold front come through yesterday and really tore it up last night. I got up this morning, everything was covered in ice, and the roads were all black ice on the way down here this morning. It looks nice out right now, but it's only about 40 degrees maybe. And this wind is supposed to pick up and blow about 30 by noontime or so. But we'll see how it goes.
Well, I want to get your opinion on a couple matchups. Brad Case and Josh Booth. Who do you think's going to take that one?
Oh, man. That's anybody's game right there. I mean, I don't know. I know Brad is on some fish, so I don't know how Joshua's been doing lately, but I know Brad is catching them, so it's going to be tough to beat Brad, especially if he's got a frog bite going on.
And Mark Pendergraph or Matt Fentress?
I'm going to go with Matt.
You're the first person to pick Matt, and I can't wait to tell him.
Yeah, no, I think Matt will take that. I mean, it's tough to say. I mean, anybody on any given day can catch him, but you know, Matt catches him fairly regularly. So,
man, they're both heavy sticks in the same area.
Yeah, exactly. So that'll be a battle, I think. I think Matt will come out on top, though.
And the other one I was going to ask about is Matthew Flett or Randy Franklin.
I don't know either one of those guys.
Okay, that's fair enough then.
But I'll go with Randy.
You'll go with Randy, the underdog Randy. Okay, we can stick with that. So Mr. Brundle is going with Randy. I don't know how many of you guys know this. I'm sure all of you know this. Derek Brundle's also on Team New Canoe with me. So the dude is a major stick. I honestly hope someone takes him out before he gets to me so I don't have to go against him.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
I'm joking, buddy. If I went against you, I would be sweating it out. But you got to think that bracket that you're in is loaded. You've got Siddiqui, you've got Pendergraph, Brad Case, and Josh Booth are still in it at the moment. You know, you've got so many heavy sticks in that side of the bracket.
You know, it's funny because I didn't even know who was in my bracket until you just told me. And I knew Brad Case was, and I knew Josh Booth was, but I mean, literally, this all happened at 4 this morning, and I was like literally loading up the truck when I talked to Greg, so I didn't get a chance to explore anything or anywhere as far as that goes. But you can bet if I move on, I'll be looking tonight.
Well, you've got to be. I know you. You're probably wanting not just to move on. I'm sure you're wanting to be on top of the leaderboard with total overall inches for the day.
Oh, of course, yeah. I always want to be at the top, but when it comes down to a bracket, especially like this, I mean, your goal is to move on and get to that next level. So,
what do you think it's going to take? What do you think it's going to take to be number one overall for the day?
I'm going to say probably 89 to 90 inches.
Well, Sherman Bishop out of Avondale, Florida, is sitting with 82 3/4 already this morning. He just took the lead from John Futch's. I think it's Futch's.
What has he got? 82 3/4.
82 3/4. You are not far behind. You put up one stud. You're right there with him.
Does he have 5 fish?
He does have 5 fish.
Okay.
He's the third 5 fish limit.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down this bank with this square bill, and then I'm going to run right back up the same bank with a spinnerbait, because yesterday the spinnerbait was on fire here.
Well, I mean, when you're doing something like that, that motor guide comes into play, don't it?
Oh yeah, that thing just right now it's just keeping me drifting evenly down. Ooh, hang on, gotta be some perch in here. Just keeping me drifting evenly down this bank, so I don't have to worry about adjusting. And I don't know if you can hear how heavy the wind's blowing, but.
I can barely hear it, but I'm sure the thing a lot of people don't realize, if you could hear it over the phone, that means it's trucking on a general basis.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Well, I got to say, man, I went into this a huge Delgado fan. I'm coming out a huge Brundle fan because I'm pulling for you. At the same time, I got to be honest. Yeah, you've got a couple of these Southern boys shaking. Like, how did that happen?
Well, I missed the registration for this whole thing, and it just so happened that apparently, was it Brandon Price flipped over yesterday and lost all his gear?
He did, man.
Terrible, man. That's terrible, and I feel for him. And hopefully I can do him some justice today.
We've all been there at some point in our career. We've all flipped a kayak a time or two somewhere, somehow, and lost some gear.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So that's something we can all relate to, man. It's never fun. It doesn't matter, who it is. We're gonna keep him in our prayers. Make sure that everything is okay. Make sure he's all right, and hopefully gets his gear back that he did lose.
Yeah, I mean that's rough right there. I mean, going in, you come out okay, but losing your gear, man, that's rough.
I mean, a lot of people don't realize we spend just as much on our gear as these guys that are fishing the Bassmaster Classics on their boats. It's the same gear.
Oh, absolutely.
It's nothing to load a kayak out with $20,000+ worth of stuff and go fishing for the day.
Oh, absolutely. It's funny that you say that. I was launching earlier, and there was a guy that pulled up in a skeeter, and he was looking at my Pursuit and looking at all the gear, and he said, "Man, I can't believe you stuffed that." And I mean, I got 10 rods in here like I always do, but he said, "I can't believe you stuffed that much gear in that thing and still have the ability to fish." And sometimes it amazes me too. The amount of gear that we take with us just, in the quest to try and catch a few fish is crazy.
I'll be honest with you, yesterday, I used 2 rods the whole day.
Yep. Yesterday I had 10 on the boat, and I caught them on a jig, and I caught them on a spinnerbait. That was it.
But I had 6 other rods with me for no reason. They never got picked up.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes with me. But you know what? It's when you just leave them at home and you only bring a couple, that's when you run into that issue where you don't have the right gear.
Absolutely. So tell us about your pursuit. What are some things about New Canoe that you like more than other things? Uh-oh, he does have a fish on, everybody.
No, I think it's a log.
Oh, it's a log?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a log. Probably one of my favorite things about the pursuit is just actually the amount of storage that you can use in this thing. I know I get the question a lot is people see that I took the seat out of mine and put a Engel 30-quart dry box in here, and I just have a little cushion on the top of it. I don't ever really sit down, so there's no real need for me to have my seat. So basically, I use that. I can fit 6 Plano 3700 boxes in there, so that adds a whole pile of storage right there. Another thing that I really like about the Pursuit is it's got the internal rod holders, internal rod tubes. So you can stick a 9-foot rod in here, a big old swim bait rod up inside the gunnel and into the bow. So it's out of your way. You can fit. I mean, if you put 2 in each one of the slots, it has 4 there, so you can put 8 rods in there if you wanted to. And the ability to put the bow mount trolling motor on here. I got the Motor Guide XI3 on here, and that thing is an absolute game changer, man. I can't tell you how much money I've won using the pinpoint GPS, the anchor mode, and just lock down and sit there and just pound on a school of fish,
Oh, absolutely. I mean, spot lock is the way of the future at this point.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you can find them on your electronics and then position the boat and get yourself in position and then just sit right there and not have to paddle or pedal or back pedal or anything like that. I mean, that gives you all the time in the world to go ahead and fish.
Now, you do know that you still have to sign up for the May bracket because now you don't only have me in there. We've got Cody Milton signed up too.
I'll get down with Cody.
Yeah,
Match me up with Cody.
So now we need me, Milton, and you, and we'll just have a New Canoe takeover in the May bracket.
Yeah, I'm into that. I'll be signing up.
That's what I'm talking about. But, I'll let you get back to fishing, buddy. We'll check in with you later because I know you're going to blow up this live feed all day long. I'm sure we're going to want to talk to you again. You want to give a shout-out to anybody?
Just like I said, I've been working with this rod company, Exotic High Performance Rods, and we've been designing this rod. I know everybody knows how much I love throwing a jerkbait. We've been working together trying to come up with the perfect rod for a jerkbait, throwing little square bills like this, and this is what we came up with. It's a hybrid high modulus graphite blank blended into fiberglass at the top, and it will launch. It will launch a little square bill a mile. It'll throw a Vision 110 further than you want it to. And when you get fish on it, with the moderate action of the whole rod, it just loads up and you don't lose them with the treble hooks. It's amazing. So, big shout out to Exotic High Performance Rods and, New Canoe, of course, always. They really keep us doing what we do and keep us safe in these nice kayaks. And, Motor Guide, man. Gotta love the Motor Guide.
All right, buddy. Well, man, we sure do appreciate you talking to us and giving us your game plan and what you're wanting to do and some other insight. And we'll check in with you later. Like I said, I have no doubt in my mind you're going to be blowing it up all day. So we'll check in with you a little bit later and let you get back to fishing.
All right, buddy. We'll talk soon.
See you, buddy.
Thanks, man.
All right, so while we were on chat, we had another fish go up. Steve Galinka has thrown up a 15-incher. He is now sitting in 8th place. So let's go over a couple of the actual matchups real quick, and then we're going to take about an hour and a half, 2-hour break, just because I'm going to try to see if I can get the Skype thing fixed, and because this fat boy needs breakfast. So, but I'm going to be trying to off and on broadcast all day long. I know that's going to be a long day, but I've got to get a few things fixed here apparently. So we're going to get on that. I do want to go over a couple of the matchups real fast. So now we have Brundle going up against Delgado. Brundle is currently leading that one, of course. Delgado hasn't posted a fish just yet, and Brundle is leading 4th place with 4 fish at 62.25 inches. Glinka and Gent. Gent is currently leading that with a 5 fish limit, 67.75. I think it's a 5 fish limit. I haven't actually verified that. I know I seen a smallmouth earlier. Glinka is on his way up with a 15-incher that he just posted. So, Thomas, if you're watching, don't give up because Glinka is on the hunt. Marty Hughes is currently leading his tournament against Anthony Garcia with a 16.5-inch fish. Marty threw up 80-something inches yesterday, so the dude. I believe that's the guy from Nebraska. It is. So that's a guy you really got to watch out for. He's kind of like a black sheep in this whole event. He's coming through. He's gonna make sure that he keeps going. So Garcia's got his work cut out for him today. Siddiqui is winning his matchup against Zach Adams. Siddiqui, I believe, has 3 or 4 fish. He's sitting in 5th place with 51.75. Zach Adams has yet to post a fish. John, John, I am so sorry if I get your name wrong. I just don't know how to say it. I'm going to keep saying Futches. He's currently leading his against Rolando Nanton. 74.75 inches. Rolando hasn't posted up anything yet. I'm sorry, Brandon Burton. John is beating Brandon Burton. Sherman Bishop is beating Rolando Nanton. He is our current leader at 82.75 inches. Rolando has still, again, not posted a fish. Did I miss anything here? Oh, we do have... we had Mr. Jonathan Pippin. And I don't know if my bracket is updated enough to... It should be, though. I'm just going to go ahead and assume it's not, unfortunately. I guess I did not get the updated bracket. But he is stepping in for Dan Mulder. Okay, that's who it is. So he is currently beating Greg Oakes, who is a fan favorite to go real far in this event. When I do come back here in a little while, I'll have updated on the bracket pool who's leading in that after day 1. We'll get a few more guys in here. Hopefully we'll talk to some of the guys we already talked to. I'd love to come back and see Josh Booth with some fish on there. I'd like to see, Greg and Matt start going at it. But we'll play it by ear. We'll see what happens, and we'll talk to you guys soon.